Oh, we are never going to have that.
Additionally, cats, if you could change all of your material, that would be helpful, and at least just make some of it funny this time.
Wow! All right, Madeline, you're in the box.
That'll be the first thing they hear. Woo!
Yeah. Madeline is in the box.
Right.
Yeah, the first thing they heard was the additionally, cats, if you could change all of your material. I am letting everybody else in. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pop-Up Comedy Show, the pre-Thanksgiving edition. We've got a fine lineup of comics, as you see in front of you. We may even have one or two other people popping in later on today, and we are going to start things off with a very funny gentleman. Your host is actually on the red carpet. Can you see him on the red carpet? It's amazing. And you may recognize him from a whole host of television appearances, including his own special on Amazon called Living Large. Put them together with John G. John G., ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Oh, that's me. Thank you. How are we this evening? It is It is the biggest drinking day of the year. Damn it. It is the biggest drinking day of the year, and I can't go to the bar. And if you live in Pennsylvania, you can't go to the bar either, because from what I hear, the governor of Pennsylvania has now banned alcohol sales after 5 p.m. today. So Pennsylvania is now a dry state. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, right, Madeline? Can you imagine if you couldn't go to the bar and drink on pre-Thanksgiving Eve? You know? Oh, man. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, my God.
Oh my.
Good job. Oh man,
I got the shakes just thinking about it.
I know, right? Yeah. Man, it's just been like a crazy week. You know, we're doing this comedy festival that we're going to be doing here really soon. And actually, I think I got the wrong background up, don't I, Jim? Oh man. I'm advertising somebody else's festival on my background. That's the kind of day I've been having, Madeline. That's the kind of day I've been having. It's somebody else's comedy festival. And you know what? I really wish this comedy festival was somebody else's too. We have a great bunch of people going to perform in that comedy festival. We have, Jim, I think we're over 250 comedians at this point. Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be very much fun. A lot of fun. So, but do I really want to talk about the comedy festival? Nah, you know, I just went to Staples. Anybody taken a trip to the store lately? I went to Staples and I literally was walking through the front door of Staples. And as I was walking through the front door of Staples, I was putting my mask on. So I did kind of make it in the front door just before I put my mask on. You know, it was like that timing. And they made me go back outside. Would you have gone back outside? I don't think I should have went back outside. But I played it nice because I don't want to get arrested by the COVID police. You know, like the ones that are going to come to your house and say you can't have more than 10 people on Thanksgiving. You know, it's just not fair. So speaking of Thanksgiving, I've had a lot of great offers for Thanksgiving. My friend Jim, he offered me to come to his house. I have another friend, John, who offered me to come there. But, you know, the best offer I got was an offer for a free turkey dinner with a piece of pumpkin pie. And it came from my good friends at Boston Market. That's right. I am celebrating Thanksgiving with my local Boston Market fans. Yes. I hear it's awesome. Speaking of pumpkin pie, this is one of the pumpkin pie is like my favorite. Like if I have a sweet besides ice cream. Well, speaking of ice cream, let's think about this, right? So I've been jonesing for pumpkin pie, and I haven't found the pumpkin pie I want to buy, right? Supermarket pies usually suck. I used to have this diner I went to, but the diner is closed right now, so their pumpkin pie is not there. There's no bakeries close to where I am. So last night I go into Wawa, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna self-medicate tonight, and I got the greatest gift ever. I got Ben & Jerry's cheesecake pumpkin pie ice cream with graham cracker crumbs.
Ooh. Love it.
Yeah. And I said to myself, it's a pint. I'm not supposed to eat ice cream. So I'm going to cut that in half, and I'm going to eat half last night and half tonight. Guess what? I'm going back to Wawa tonight. That pumpkin pie ice cream went down the tubes. Oh, man. Yeah. No, I don't know. So let's get this party started. I think we're having a lot of fun. You got a great bunch of comedians coming up. And we're going to hand it over to your first very funny comedian. Hey, is that legal? Are you vaping online? I can't hear you.
You can see her.
No, I'm smoking. Also, sorry, hang on. My roommate asked me if I threw out a rice.
Oh, anyway, let's give it up for your first very funny comedian. It is Cats, just Cats.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's right. It's me, just me. Okay. Now I'm gonna make this short and sweet. This is just a public service announcement. Kind of like I just need to defend porn. You know, I know. I mean, I am the type, but really, I think porn gets a really bad rap, right? Because let's just think about this logically, shall we? There are two types of people that watch porn: creepy old guys and everybody else. let's just be honest here, all right? So, okay, so people like me, I watch it to live out my fantasies. You know, the standard watching two girls together, two girls and a guy, or sometimes I go really crazy and get really into the hardcore stuff, hardcore fantasies of watching pickup lines actually work. I know. That's why it's my ultimate fantasy, all right? But it's like, for those of you who are in relationships, do you really want your SO to really try like all those things out on you? Like the water sports? I know some of you know what that means. For the rest of you, don't look it up at work. Just trust me on this one, okay? Now, so like I said, we can't try. People in relationships can't try this. You got to live out that fantasy somewhere. You do it on porn, okay? Okay. Now, what about the single guys, right? Where can I find someone to actually let me do stuff like that to them? Do I have to go? Do I get to go like to a bar? I'm talking about like pre and post current. You know, like when we can actually go outside after 5 p.m. Like I just told you, I can't talk to women, and nothing about me is appealing to them for some reason. I'm not sure why. We'll circle back around to that later, okay? So I can't talk to women. But think about it. Think about it logically. How do you pick up women? What is her mating ritual? Does she want me to spread my peacock feathers? Do I need to roll a ball of poo and like see if I can get the biggest ball to appeal to her? Basically, I just want to be an animal because they have set rituals to follow. Me, I'm floundering over here. I'm trying to spread my peacock's feather to someone who just wants me to drive a Rolls Royce, and I'm driving a Rolls Royce to someone who actually wants me to be smart. It's just confusing. I can't handle that kind of pressure. I need to stay in my room, stay in my safe space. Safe. Okay, so where was I? Oh yes. Okay, so I can't go out and pick up women. Now, so what does that leave me? I'm not a state senator, so I can't afford the good stuff. You know what I mean? Elliot Spitzer, I think that was his name, whatever. The $10,000 escorts. Yeah, you get my point. All right. So I have to go to the bottom rung to a prostitute. But that's illegal, right? Right? Why is it illegal? They provide a necessary service. What makes them a pro? how do you get to that pro level? Is there like an NFL draft? Is there a combine where they like, they bring like the top 200 amateurs and then like they have to go through all these drills, like who can sprint the fastest in 10-inch heels? No? Who can count the most money? I don't know. So where was I? Where was I going? So like I said, can't do that. So what's left? I have to go online and just do it in the comfort of my own house. That way, I don't get arrested. Food for thought. Take it with you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
All right, give it up for cats, everybody. All right. Who we got going? Okay, we got another very funny gentleman, and he's getting ready to come to the stage. Let's give it up for Stuart Gibbel. Stuart! Woo! Hey! All the
Hello.
way from?
Well, prior to living here in Brooklyn, I was living in the Rockaways, which is in Queens, New York. And before I moved there, I knew nothing about the Rockaways, except that the Ramones had a song about it. But as it turns out, Joey Ramone didn't like the Rockaways and hated the beach. So I have to question everything I've learned from rock and roll music. I'm thinking that maybe Wild Horses could have dragged Mick away, or that Ringo really didn't have an octopus garden. And forget about Lucy, she had no diamonds. But I think it is true that Joey Ramone needed to be sedated on occasion. So the room that I was subletting was available because a musician was going on tour. And I got there, and it was just like you would expect. There was guitars hanging on the wall and rock and roll posters. And the only problem is that like 20% of the floor space in this room was covered with crates of vinyl LPs. And I go, great. I listened to vinyl LPs when I was a teenager. You know why? Because that's all we had. It was that and the radio. We have since moved on. But people who love vinyl LPs are always saying, but the sound is warmer. I don't know what that it means. I do know that they're heavy and hard to move. You can't stack them. It's just not practical. And I hate moving them so much that if you were my friend, and you're very lucky if you're my friend, because I'm very loyal and I'll let you buy me drinks. But if you were my friend and you said, Stuart, let me give you a choice. You can help me move my record collection or help me move a dead body. Every time I'm going to choose the dead body. Because if I drop grandmother, she ain't complaining. But if I get one little scratch on an album cover, even if it's like an album you like Led Zeppelin 4 that you listen to every 3 years, you're going to be bitching forever. And anything I damage, that's my favorite. They're like your children. You love them all. In fact, I'll do you one better. If you're my friend and you buy me 2 drinks, I will help you kill someone as opposed to moving your records. And I think I can get away with it because I just tell the judge that the records were heavy, and his landlord was a bad guy. So I figured I'm okay. Again, when I was a teenager, we were always listening to vinyl LPs. And the other thing I hated is that you had to get up and turn it over when you only heard half of it. Now, I did try to use this to my advantage. I invited a girl over, and each time I got up and got back, I moved closer to her. So by the second or third album, we were sitting on the same couch. Somewhere I have a list of every album I was rejected to, but I just can't find it. And the other thing about LPs is that they're like Twinkies. There's a lot of ingredients that you don't know what they are. There's 1 or 2 good songs that you love and want to hear again and again. Then there's a lot of filler. And then they throw in an instrumental. You know what that means in rock and roll when there's an instrumental? it means the lyricist was hungover that day and didn't write anything. So that's my thing about albums. The other cool thing about the Rockaways is that, of course, there's a beach, as you know, which is great in summer. But people surf on that beach all year round. I mean, it's just crazy. There is snow on the sand and there's surfers out in the water. At first, I thought, wow, these people are really, really getting the most out of their life. They are living it to the max. And then I realized, no, they're just crazy. You know, they probably also listen to music on vinyl. Are you guys ready for Thanksgiving? No? Well, either am I. I mean, you can't be surprised that I'm not into a holiday that concerns hanging out with relatives and feasting on the carcass of, a vulture's cousin. But the problem is, it's almost like un-American to oppose Thanksgiving. And at least with like Christmas, I have outs. I can just play the Yid card, you know? Sorry, don't celebrate. Also, there's symbols of people that hate Christmas. You know, you have Scrooge and you have the Grinch, but Thanksgiving, you got nothing. So I'm going to propose a symbol, a mascot for people who don't like Thanksgiving, a vegan. They can't celebrate a holiday that's about killing turkeys. Now, how do you know if someone's a vegan? Ask them any question. Obviously, would you like to go out to dinner? I'm a vegan. Hey, I hear the Yankees are making some great roster moves. I'm a vegan. Hey, how about that North Korea? They're building nuclear. I'm a vegan. Everything is I'm a vegan. And I have a question for them. Why are there fat vegans? You know, if I could only eat vegetables, I'd be skinny. You know, I could probably be like an extra in a Holocaust movie or something. I once had a date with a vegan, a first date, last date, only date. I think the date went south when I asked the server if the kale was range free. Because I thought that we should treat kale, you know, at least as good as we treat immigrant children at the border, you know? And the thing I hate most about vegans and this whole thing is that everything is just like meat. They have their Beyond Meat and all the meat substitutes. When I go to the butcher, I don't, say, hey, give me a T-bone that tastes like broccoli or a tenderloin that tastes like asparagus. I mean, if meat is so bad, why copy it? So sometimes I tell vegans that, I'm one of them. And of course, they ask me, well, how long have you been a vegan? You know, it's like some competition. And then they find out that I'm not a vegan. And they start lecturing me about how I would live longer if I was one. And I go, yeah, but would I enjoy any of it? And also, who says I want to live longer? I'm getting more irritable with age. At some point, my irritability is cage free, At some point, it's just going to max out and that's going to be it. So anyway, I want all of you to have a happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, I'm going to be a vegan. I'm going to listen to music on vinyl, and I'm going to get sedated. Thank you very much.
Hey, give it up for Stuart. Hey, everybody. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going.
Keep it going. Now,
Brooklyn needs love.
Since we decided to do the lineup, creepy old men first, and then the lovely young women, right? We're gonna give it up for our next very funny comedian. Let's give it up for James DeSalvo. Yay!
Creepy old men is the worst thing I've been called all day. Oh no, quick.
Hey, I'm one of them.
That's right. See, now tell me, who is the sadist who put calories on menus? Okay, they thought, oh, they're doing us a favor. Americans should eat healthier. They're too fat. A limit of 2,000 calories a day is good. I don't need to be reminded that I'm fat. I have a mirror for that, all right? I'll tell you a secret. Numbers on the menu don't intimidate me. I look at the calories like a scoreboard, and I want to win this game. Personal pan pizza, 620 calories. How many of the large? Oh, 2,000. I'll have one of those. Great. And the large fries, 500. Make that two. Thank you. A what? Oh, desserts are 2 for 1. This game just went into overtime. And this is a federal law. That means it went through the entire legislative process. Committees, hearings, drafted into legislation. How did it get that far? Is there some powerful salad lobby we don't know anything about? Are there backroom dealings at the Jamba Juice? So you mean to tell me that Jenny Craig has just as much power in Washington as the NRA? God. And I realized the other day, the big sign of getting old, no, it's not aches or pains. No, it's music. I don't mean, this crap nowadays kids listen to is too loud, get off my lawn crap. No. I mean songs that, back when you were cooler, you thought sucked, and now you don't mind them. I'm in the car the other day, and Christopher Cross comes on the radio. For those of you who don't remember, he is, a soft rock 80s god there. Yep. So did I turn it down? No, I turned it up. Before I know it, yeah, I'm pulling the driveway. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's good. And then my wife's like, come out of the car. I'm like, no, the Carpenters might be on next. Oh, yes. But it's true. Music is hardwired into us. I mean, come on. So many kids are going to be associated with Baby Shark with potty training. We associate all our childhood with it. I'll prove it to you. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, here's the story of a lovely lady. If you didn't finish either one of those songs in your head, you're either a liar or you're Amish. We cling, our emotions cling to songs. Oh, like love songs. Oh, that's our song. It played at our wedding. Oh, that's our song, baby. I love it, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yep. And then there are breakup songs that rip our heart out, like nothing compares to you. Or breakup songs that piss you off, like Lemonade. Come on. Oh, you women out there want to smash up somebody's car. I can see it in Marjani's eyes right now. She's getting her tire iron set. And then there are songs, psych you up like you're in the gym, Eye of the Tiger or Welcome to the Jungle. And then there's that one song that just rips you to shreds. In the arms of the angels. Tell me you hear that song, you don't want to slip into a warm bath and open a vein. Gosh, I know. In that cheery moment, I'm going to go rip apart a tofurkey and get it ready for dinner. You folks have a great holiday, and I will talk to you later.
Hey, let's give it up for James DeSalvo. Yay! All right. Now we move on to the second half of the show with all the lovely young ladies. And let's bring up our first lovely young lady from down south. Let's give it up for Isabel. Isabel, here, everybody.
Isabel.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
You guys hear me okay? I have not learned how to use these headphones yet. So, you guys, I realize I'm an excellent meditator, in part because of my wonderful ability to disassociate. Like I used to think I was just like I was like super spiritual and superior for being able to sit for 10 minutes and not worry about my thoughts. But the truth is, I am especially emotionally avoidant. And it's part of my superpower. Give me an activity that actually requires me to like stay with my body and stay in the present moment. And I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm not actually good at being a human. I've started just to make sure, just because of how I was raised, I take like narcissism exams a couple times a week. Just to like just to clear out the cobwebs, just to be certain. Um, I have been like feeling like creatively stifled for the past couple days, for the past couple weeks, I'll say. And then I'm gonna share with you guys a photo I saw on Twitter. Yeah, check this out. Can you guys see it? What is what does this look like to you guys? Is this being recorded? I want to share this one with my mom. What is come on, you guys. We're all grown ups.
The hot dog.
Like? No. Hot dog to you, Stuart?
No, but I don't want to say what it looks like.
I'm so sorry for all the women you've ever had sex with. This is a hot dog.
Me too. But they took the money anyway.
Someone be a grown up and tell me what this looks like. I'm not going to move on from this fucking joke until someone says it.
The world's greatest treasure.
The world's greatest treasure.
Something cats has never seen.
Come on, Madeline.
Clam.
What happened?
A clam. A vagina.
Excellent.
Who's
Excellent. This is actually not a vagina. This is the inside of a shellfish. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is like if nature just repeats itself, I can just keep doing the same set over and over again, is what I'm saying. That's the whole point. Like I never have to be creative ever again. Cats, you do need to go fishing. Anytime I go to someone's house, I know that I found my person when they pull out a bag full of plastic bags. It's like the poor person's Russian doll.
Oh,
Guys. I'm like looking through old notes. I went on a date a couple weeks ago, and this guy made a joke about getting into a car with strangers. And I was like, little do you know the power of the girl group chat, because my friends already have your photo, your license plate, might have your social security number. If you kill me, you might get away with it, like temporarily, but they're going to fucking find you. They're going to know exactly who you are. That one was a raging winner. Thanks, you guys. So my grandmother used to practice voodoo. And I want to know what her spells are, but she became like a raging Catholic like later in life. So she pretends as if this past version of her doesn't exist. And she's pretty sick. She was like in the hospital on a ventilator. And I was still like prodding her for questions because frankly, I want her spell book. Yeah. And I was like, Mom, Grandma, like what psalms do I use to like spill the blood of my exes? And she like rolled her eyes and she was just like, just pray to Jesus. And I was like, well, that's lame. Jesus is like mostly like into like spilling his own blood, if I understand the Bible correctly. I might get the stories wrong. It's fine. But I was like, Grandma, tell me instead, like, okay, fine. So like what psalm can I use to protect myself from my mother, her child, by the way? And she sort of looks away for a second and then she looks up and then she goes, Psalm 91. And that's it for me tonight, you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, give it up for Isabel. Woo. All right, let's keep this party rolling. Oh man, here we go. Let's give it up for Madeline Cahill. Madeline.
What's up? In quarantine, I've been doing the online dating thing, which is absolutely tragic. It's miserable. Everybody's dating profile looks the same. They all look identical and they all say the same thing. They all say, I hate small talk, which is so terrible because how do I know if I wanted to talk to you then? Like, how do I know if I want to have a big talk if we don't small talk? I don't understand it. Because if I say crazy weather we've been having and you say the government controls the weather to keep the masses oppressed. I don't want to have a conversation with you about literature, like at all. And the small talk thing is like coded language, because people use coded language on dating apps. If somebody says they want somebody that's extremely active, that means just no fatties. If they say they want someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously, that just means they want someone they can verbally assault after a couple of beers. And if they say they want to talk about sex and aliens, that just means that they listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, which is the biggest red flag of all. Speaking of Joe Rogan, I hate when people tell me to listen to podcasts. It makes me want to commit white genocide. I would rather use my own diarrhea as eye drops than listen to a podcast. Listening to a podcast is the same emotionality as like when you're sitting next to two people at the DMV who are talking about a subject but slightly wrong, and you don't know them well enough to jump in and correct them. That's a podcast. It feels like your best friends are talking about something you're really, really interested in, but you're trapped in a glass box and they can't hear you trying to get out. That's how it feels. Like the radio, but the worst parts of the fucking radio. That's all a podcast is. Stop telling me to listen to it. I before all this was a bartender, and I missed bartending so much. I worked with like college kids, and there's nothing more that I miss than like some hot dumb blonde coming in and sitting down and ordering a BLT, and you like bring her BLT, and she's like, "Oh, I thought it was a chicken sandwich," and you're like, "No, it's has bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. That's what BLT stands for." And she's like, "I can't have bacon. I'm a vegetarian," and you just get to be like, one chicken sandwich coming up. Like what? Like chicken's a vegetable in this moment. You know what I mean? Like that's reality can be whatever we want it to be. I miss young drunk girls at the bar when I'm bartending because they are always crying, which is awesome. And then everything is fixed if you're be like, "Do you want a free shot?" Like they brighten up the same way that a dog does when you go, "Do you want to go for a walk?" Like in the dog's ears turn, like that's drunk girls at the bar. You're like, "Do you want a free shot?" And they're like, yeah. And they're right back out there twerking on the dance floor 2 seconds later. I love it. It's my favorite. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I do. My birthday is this Saturday, so my birthday is always on Thanksgiving. And I'm turning 26. And I'm realizing that I am just so close to death. I'm so close to death. And there are so many things that I can no longer do now that I'm 26. I can no longer date Leonardo DiCaprio. He stops dating people at 25 years old. I can no longer have health insurance. I'm definitely not going to pay for it, and I will never have a job that provides it for me, so I will just die. And I have to stop smoking cigarettes because when I was younger and smoked cigarettes, it was hot and chic, and now I just look like a daytime stripper. I just look like somebody with a serious problem. At 26, there are so many things that I cannot do. I cannot tell you what taxes are. I don't know what those do or how to pay them or what's going on with that. I cannot take a shower without putting my hair on the wall of the shower and then doing that swirly thing that all girls do. And I still cannot have a conversation with my father about politics without it ending in tears. So that's also part of the reason we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in my house. That's all I have tonight, guys.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Madeline Gale. All right. All right, we're going to keep this right on rolling, and we're going to give it up for our next very funny comedian, Marjani Jones. Marjani!
Hi, everybody. I feel like Chris Rock. I'm tired. Oh, my goodness. I'm so tired, but I'm here. I feel like I'm unraveling like this string cheese. And you didn't think I'd have string cheese for a second time, did you? I bought like 20 string cheeses just so I can do jokes that require me to use string cheese. Oh my goodness, what a day. People are starting to get on my fucking nerves. It's like, I don't know. Is it coronavirus or people just fucking stupid? A guy came to the job today. I said, "Is there a lady out on the dock?" and he's looking at me. Is there a lady on the dock? That's a fucking yes or no question. Is there a lady on the dock? I felt like I needed to speak in that Charlie Brown teacher voice. Like, seriously? I mean, this is just crazy. People, they stand around, they wait for me to deliver the mail. It's like, go away. You don't have on a mask. I'm sick of wearing this fucking mask. When I'm in a mailroom, I just want to be by myself, take it off for a minute, deliver the mail. But no, this guy's just sitting there. But what could I say to him? He was in a wheelchair. But guess what? I got news. That shit's not going to make me move no faster. I'm just chilling. You can sit there and chill right in your fucking wheelchair. I just lost my dad recently, and I just got a tattoo of his name on my forearm. That shit hurt. Coronavirus got my mind going. I said, what the fuck am I doing? I had 2 other tattoos, but I just didn't remember the level of pain. And I could hear my dad saying, bitch, you didn't even speak to me for like 5 years. Now you're putting needles in your arm in my honor? What the fuck? Oh my God, I laugh at my own stuff. But no, it's but no, it's crazy. I could just hear him. I gained 14 pounds. I lost 44 and gained 14. Sitting here eating pints of ice cream in one sitting. I could hear him. Bitch, you're getting bigger. You're getting bigger. And a month later, I still can't take this 14 pounds off. I don't know what's going on. They give me more work at work. I walk more, so I don't know why it's coming off. They asked me to come in next week on my day off. I looked at her, and she looked at me. She says, you're not answering me. Are you going to come in? I said, no, I'm going to be somewhere with my legs cocked open. She looked at me like just stunned. I said, bitch, you know I'm a comedian now. I'm going to the gynecologist. Leave me the fuck alone. It's time for a mammogram and an annual. You want to come too? Shit. And that's all I got tonight. Thank you.
Hey, give it up for Marjani! All right. Okay, it is time for your headliner this evening. The gentleman, like I say every time I introduce this guy, he is trying to prove he's still alive. He does have a wonderful, actually, he's got a couple good specials on Amazon, but the one that I know the best is Not Dead Yet. Let's give it up for Jim Mandrinos. Give it up for Jim, my friend Jim.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. First of all, just celebrate, have fun. To me, it's a great holiday because it celebrates 2 things that are uniquely American. Number 1 is excessive gluttony. And what is not more American than excessive gluttony? When you can load up a Dixie plate with so much food that you literally need to put a real plate under the Dixie plate in order for it not to collapse. And then eat all of it. And 20 seconds later, just let me loosen a belt buckle and I'll go back for seconds. That's when you know that you are committed as a nation to the gluttony. And number 2, it's patriotism for no fucking reason whatsoever. Like, hey, we killed a lot of Indians. Let's eat a turkey. You know, it just nobody knows what the holiday said. Well, it's what we're thankful for. Really, it's what you're thankful for? Motherfucker, I know you. You hate your family. You're not thankful to be there. Let's be really honest. You were thankful when you got your own apartment. You should be in your house smoking a joint and eating ice cream. That's what you're truly thankful for. That's how you should be celebrating. It should be more of an independent holiday. It's been a weird week for me. I did last week's show, and I had mentioned on last week's show that my first significant girlfriend when I was 15 was 36, which is 21 years older than me. And I had a couple of people email me during the course of the week going, oh my God, is that true? That seems kind of gross. And it probably is kind of gross from her perspective. From my perspective, it was fucking awesome. Because here's the whole thing. My other friends who were 16 dating 16-year-old girls went through 16-year-old girl problems. You know, do you love me? Are you going to be with me forever? She was just like, take your fucking pants off. I got 8 minutes. It was a magical relationship. You know, it is everything that a 16-year-old boy could want in a relationship, because she was also in her 30s, which meant that she was already a mom, which meant after we fucked, I got a cookie. And what could be bad? You have sex and a cookie. You know, cookie and nookie is the way to go. All right, so yes, I did actually say that. Feel free to just put that on a t-shirt. I think that's the way I'm looking at it. So about a year ago, I was doing some video work, and the people from the BBC contacted me, and they said, we're interested in your videos. And I'm a very skeptical person. Like, if you contact me and you say you're somebody, I'm going to actually look you up. But the problem is they're well ahead of us in time. And they called me at 9 a.m. their time, which was 4:30 in the morning, our time. So we go through talking, and at 4:30 in the morning, when I hang up the phone with them, I then go to my computer and type in BBC videos, and I did not get what I was expecting to get. It is not the British Broadcasting Company at that moment in time. And let me just say, I wasn't interested in making those kind of videos because I just did not quite measure up. Now, what else am I going to do on this list? I heard a couple of people talking about getting tattoos, and I want to tell you guys a story about me getting my tattoo, because my story starts the way most men from my generation's story starts. I was 17 years old and drunk as a fucking skunk. And me and 4 of my buddies decided we were going to go get tattoos. So we all went to this tattoo shop in Coney Island that had 4 seats and 4 tattoo artists. Here's how you know you're emotionally mature enough to get a tattoo. If you go in the parlor with an idea for your tattoo, yes, get the tattoo. But if you're walking in and you're picking it off the wall like it's a fucking a la carte McDonald's menu, you are not mature enough to get a fucking tattoo. And that's what all of us did. And, you know, I think I picked something like, you know, Betty Boop riding a dragon, some ridiculous fucking shit. And so here's what happened. Only 4 seats. My friends and I drew straws for who was going to have to go last. I drew the straw to go last. And so they all got horrendously horrible tattoos. And then when it was my turn to sit in the chair, here's what you need to know. Tattoos hurt. And if you're drunk and in pain, you sober the fuck up. So, first of all, I have a 20-minute argument with the guy because I pointed at the tattoo and I go, I want that. And he goes, no, dude, you don't. And I'm there like, no, I want that. And he goes, no, dude, you don't. I'm there like, it's my fucking tattoo. Give me that. And arguing with your tattoo artist is also never a good idea. Don't argue with the guy that has a needle gun to your back for an hour. All right? That's just logic. So we go through the whole thing, and finally he reluctantly agrees to give me that tattoo. And first they got to draw it, and then they ink it in. So he takes the thing, and he goes, zzz, and I fucking sobered up, and I went, I'm done. That's it. So my tattoo literally is a dot on my right shoulder. And people go, do you have a tattoo? And I'm there like, yeah. They go, what is it? And I said, it's punctuation, bitch. It's a period, because I am the motherfucking end to this sentence. I've created a whole mythology to go around the fact that I got one fucking dot on my shoulder. I've been watching entirely too much TikTok lately. It is the most addicting thing ever. I think I told you guys last week, I think that is the gateway drug to pedophilia. It really is. And here's how bad it is. I'm starting to have Pavlovian experiences. Like if I'm swiping up and I hear the Yin Yang Twins, yeah, I'm fucking stopping. I'm watching that one. There's about to be some twerking. And here's the other thing. I had no idea that pretty much every living human female under the age of 22 is twerking full time. And not only twerking, but then has an OnlyFans where they also twerk, I'm assuming. So here's all I'm going to say. Why would you have a TikTok if you have an OnlyFans? I don't know if you realize this, but if a guy can jerk off to your OnlyFans, he can also jerk off to your TikTok. It really, you can do that and save the $6.99 a month. That's all I'm saying. Smart shopping tip for the older gentleman in the room. Save the $6. Just get the TikTok. I very much like the aesthetic of young cute girls. Like when I see them, I'm there like, oh my God, she is so pretty. And then they start to talk and I go, fucking kill me. I don't wish harm on them. I wish harm on me for actually considering hanging out with them, which is why I don't understand like guys my age dating 25-year-olds. If you're my age and you're dating a 25-year-old, you've got issues. Now, we all have issues. Every one of us has issues. But if you're in your 50s and you're looking at a 25-year-old and going, this is the emotional person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, basically what you're saying is you're fucking Peter Pan. You just have not grown up. And there's a bigger chance that when you take off your pants, you're wearing underoos. That's what you're saying if you were dating somebody that young. Not that I judge. All right, I absolutely judge because the fun is in judging. The fun isn't just looking at somebody going, hey, I know I'm fucked up, but your shit is more apparent. Therefore, you're the bigger loser. And I do think that. I've been having this thing. I play a lot of video games on my phone, and I play Words with Friends. And I like that one because it's no fuss, no muss. But about 2 years ago, they started putting a chat function on Words with Friends. So they can start texting you and direct messaging you. And here's the thing. Whenever there is a direct message pathway, there's a group of people that go, that is an old dude. Let's pretend to be a young girl and we can catfish him out of money. And that is something that is really apparent. And I understand that on a fake Instagram site. I understand that on Facebook. Dear God, I understand it on the TikTok, but I don't understand it on Words with Friends. What, do you think I'm going to get erect with your poor choice in vocabulary? Is that what you think is happening? Oh my God, she spelt the word species. I'm so fucking hard. There is nothing about Words with Friends that is erotic. It's fucking schoolwork that we pretend is fun. All right. If you're on Words with Friends, basically what you're saying is there is somebody living in my house that I don't want to talk to, and I need an excuse. That's what it is. Which means if you have Words with Friends and you live alone, you're really fucking pathetic. But the point I'm trying to make in this is that so they now start and they're going. And for those of you that haven't been privy to me before, I like trolling people. It really is one of the most fun things in the world for me to do. So I had this one person email me a whole bunch of times and like, let's hang out on Google Chat and let's get to know each other. And so I'm there like, let's see how far we can take this. All right. So I go into Google Chat and she goes, hey, do you want to see what I look like? And that really was like somebody stood on the sidelines with the gong, hit it, and went, let the games begin. So I'm there like, yes, absolutely. I want to see what you look like. And then she sent me pictures of a porn star from the 70s, which in a really good, ironic moment was actually a porn star that I dated briefly when I lived in Los Angeles. So I'm there like, well, clearly I know it's not you. You would have recognized my name. But she goes through the whole thing, and I'm there like, you look amazing. And I'm there like, can I see more? And she is sending more and more. And then she finally writes back and she goes, you know, do you want to chat live? And I wrote back, I need to check with my mom because I'm only 15. So then about 5 minutes later, I get on the app and I type in, who the fuck are you sending nude pictures to my son? Then it gets better. It just disappears. The whole thread disappears on Google Chat. And then I go back to words with friends. I start typing in there, you can't get away from me that quickly. So I'm picturing some scam artist in the middle of the Ukraine going, we need to pack everything up and go, comrade. It just is the most fun you can have in a pandemic. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about here before? Okay, two quick things. I had a fight last night with a friend of mine for 30 years. We know each other 30 years. We're really great friends. And it went from 0 to shouting match like that. It's a political fight. And, you know, basically I stood on principle. There are those people in your life where you just, you know, you get in a fight with and everything in your brain goes, let this one go. This one's not worth it. You know, this is a good dude. But, you know, everything in my body was like, and another thing, you know, so I had that moment in me. So, and here's the thing, when I'm right and I throw on the I'm right indignation, I can't back down. Now, we had a mutual friend that it was in there and he witnessed the whole thing. And he goes to me, you know, you didn't have to have that fight. You know, you were wrong to have a fight. You could have just let it go. And I went, he fucking lied to my face. And he said, like, do you want to be right or do you want to have friends? And it really changed my life because I went home and I thought about that statement. And what I've come to is I want friends that are fucking right. That's what I want. I want friends that aren't ignorant assholes. And if they are, I just want to be able to go, you're an asshole. And I don't think that's too much to ask in life. You know what I'm saying? So what it means is, it means if someday I hear you saying some ignorant shit and I fucking yell at you, I'm doing it out of love. It's love that's letting me call you the douchebag that you are. And I think that is the best form of love, that honest form of love where you can call an asshole. And this will be the last thing I talk about because I think Stuart will get a kick out of this, and then I'll let you guys go. When I was a younger man, I would date a lot. And on one date, I went out with a woman who told me that she was a vegetarian. I got nothing against vegetarians per se, but I do have something against people that don't hold on to their beliefs with a passion. So in the talking, she mentioned that the only thing that she really missed by being a vegetarian was hot dogs. You know, on the 4th of July, she remembered being a kid, going to family barbecues and having hot dogs. And the next 5 dates I took her to were all places that had unbelievably great hot dogs. That was my plan for the next 5 dates. The next one was I took her to a baseball game where not only do they have hot dogs, but they bring them right to your fucking seat if you want them. You know, and they're like, I'm sure the peanut guy will be by soon. I'm just going to have one of these delicious hot dogs. The date after that, we were down walking around the Lower East Side, and I just wandered her into cats, which if you ever want to see a vegan have a moment of existential crisis, bring them into cats. There's literally meat hanging from the rafters. She's looking at me like, I don't think there's anything here I can eat. And they're like, have a potato pancake. You can have one of those. I am going to have a hot dog. Date 3, which is the one where she broke, was Coney Island. And we went on ride after ride after ride. And then we stopped by Nathan's. And I'm there like, hey, you know what? I'll get you some French fries. I'm going to have a couple of hot dogs. She had 6. That's all I'm saying. At that moment, she wound up having 6 hot dogs and then called me the next day and went, I figured out what you were doing. You're evil. I'm never going to see you again. And actually, that was more satisfying to me than any of the sex that we had had previously. I thought it was worth losing the carnal relationship just because I knew I had that kind of impact. That's it for me today. I'm going to turn you back over to John. Bye, everybody.
Hey, give it up for Jim. Give it up for Jim. The evil man armed with hot dogs. Yes. Oh, man. All right. It's been a fun show tonight. Everybody was good. Give it up for everybody that was on the show tonight. Come on, everybody. Clap. There we go. Hey! A lot of fun. We want to wish everybody out there a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of pumpkin pie. Or if you don't like pumpkin pie, eat something. You know, I'm sure you will. Anybody else got anything they want to contribute? Like, how about we do a 1, 2, 3 big happy thing? Can we do that? Come on, everybody together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy Thanksgiving! All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.